Forget everything you know about diabetes, all you know about glucose and A1C control. In this video, I'll share 14 tips to lower A1C, a key measure doctors use to monitor diabetes treatment. It's a crucial test because it reflects blood sugar levels over the past 90 to 120 days. It's an average of blood sugar levels, making it such a valuable test. In this video, I'll share scientifically proven tips to lower blood sugar levels. Here's something interesting. You've been asking for this video, so I prepared 14 steps. If you follow these 14 tips, your success in managing diabetes will be much higher. Just promise me you won't stop any treatment without talking to your doctor first, okay? Don't change your treatment on your own just because you learned some tips. That can be very dangerous. Always consult your doctor, even if your blood sugar levels seem under control. Agreed? All right, let's get to the tips then. So, what are these tips? Tip number 1 is about managing healthy foods. You might ask, what? I need to control healthy foods now? Hold on, you'll see. Many so-called healthy foods are actually high in calories, so you need to watch your portions. They're not forbidden. You should eat them. But remember, healthy doesn't mean unlimited in your diet. I see this when talking to many patients. Many think, oh, this food is very healthy, I can eat large amounts, which is a big mistake. For example, nuts, peanuts, walnuts, Brazil nuts, cashews, olive oil, avocado. They have good fats and are excellent, but they're extremely high in calories. To give you an idea, 100 grams of peanuts has about 550 to 600 calories on average. 100 grams of cashews or Brazil nuts can have even more than that. 100 grams, just a small handful, is around 650 calories. So it's extremely calorie dense. And what's the big problem? If you consume excess calories, it's stored as fat tissue, which can worsen insulin resistance, a major cause of type 2 diabetes, where you produce insulin but are resistant to it. Insulin can't act properly. It can't take blood sugar and put it in muscles and tissues to lower blood sugar levels. So it's crucial to control your intake of healthy foods. Did you know that? Or do you eat large portions? Olive oil is the same, okay? It's super healthy, good for your heart, but you need to limit it. What's the right portion? We usually recommend about 7 to 10 ml of olive oil daily. You'd get heart benefits without excess calories. For nuts, 30 grams gives you nutrients without extra calories. Got it? Same for avocado. Half can be great. Dark chocolate's healthy too, but stick to 30 grams, one small bar. You'd get good fats, cocoa benefits, and antioxidants. So you need to watch your portions, even with healthy foods. Number 2, be mindful of what you drink. This is another common mistake people make. Many folks don't pay attention to what they're drinking. So what's the issue here? Take whole fruit juices like orange or grape. What happens? When you make juice, you remove fiber, concentrating the carbs. Without fiber, it has a higher glycemic index. What's the glycemic index? It's how much a food raises blood sugar. To control average blood sugar, you need this control. Controlling average blood sugar is harder than peaks. You must keep it steady for good diabetes management. That's why this test matters. Soda has simple sugar, easily consumed, and can spike blood sugar. Excess can build up in your liver. Drinks with fructose syrup are worse than whole juices. These tips are for blood sugar control. This applies to type 1, type 2, and pre-diabetes. If you don't have insulin resistance, drinking juice won't cause diabetes, okay? But if you already have issues with blood sugar, be careful with juices. That's the key point. I love orange juice, for example, so I drink it. My metabolism can handle it, so I won't become diabetic or get fatty liver. But if you're at risk, you need to be more cautious. People get confused. But I heard doctors say orange or grape juice is healthy. Yes, it is. The point is diabetics and those at risk need to be more mindful and moderate. Got it? And tip number 3. Before I share it, I suggest you grab a pen and paper to jot down all these tips. Make a checklist of these 14 points for better control. This visual reminder of what you saw in the video is really helpful. You've seen these tips are proven. So I suggest you do this, okay? Write down these tips. Number 3 is always choose one carbohydrate source for each meal. But I heard that's a myth, that it doesn't matter, that you can mix potatoes, pasta, and rice, and it's all good. That's not what impacts weight, right? The point here is that it's better to choose just one source, okay? You don't need to eliminate carbs, but do reduce the portion a bit. For example, mixing everything makes it easier to eat more overall. You won't take half a spoon of everything, it'd look odd. So I suggest controlling portions. Choose one source for carb benefits and energy without excess that raises blood sugar, okay? Remember, you'll combine this with other foods, macronutrients, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals that help stabilize blood sugar. I suggest this approach as it's easier to plan. Got it? That's the key point. If you can eat tiny portions of everything, there's no real difference. But in practice, I find that's very challenging. That's the issue. See how we're debunking myths in this video? And I recommend you do this. You'll find it easier to control and limit carb portions. And tip number 4 is about hydration. It's very important to stay hydrated. Last video I talked about hydration too, and you asked about cups. How many cups should I drink? On average, 6 to 7 medium cups, okay? This varies by weight, but that's the average. If you drink this amount, it's usually enough. Some people ask, I heard many need to watch fluid intake. First, 6 or 7 glasses isn't excessive, okay? Second, specific cases like those on hemodialysis, where kidneys don't work, are different. In such cases, a doctor might limit fluid intake. These are specific cases like advanced kidney failure and hemodialysis. But generally, the rule I mentioned applies. Do you prefer glasses or exact amounts? I can write the quantities in the comments if you'd like. I always adapt these videos for easy understanding. As an ER doctor, I often saw diabetics arrive dehydrated. When you're well hydrated, your body can manage blood sugar levels better. One of our key strategies is hydrating patients to quickly stabilize blood sugar levels. If you're diabetic and have been to the ER with high blood sugar, what was the first thing the doctor did? Most likely it was hydration. This helps your body handle blood sugar levels more effectively. Also, when you're dehydrated, your brain often mistakes thirst for hunger. So, by staying hydrated, you can avoid this confusion. Just look at all the benefits of staying hydrated. It's worth drinking the amount I mentioned for better blood sugar and A1C control. And tip number 5 is about time, patience, and staying calm. Diabetes control comes with months, not hours or days. All videos promising diabetes control in a day are fake. What you can do is control glucose spikes. That's possible. But A1C, the average I explained, improves over months. Give it at least 3 months. If you test after a week, results will show previous control, not just that week, so be patient. Many get frustrated wanting quick results. With diabetes, remember, patience is key. So to see improvement and repeat tests, 90 days is a reasonable time frame for changes. Also, in diabetes control, we don't want too sudden a change. If your glucose is 400, I don't want it to be 80 on average the next week. No, I don't. Why? Because it's too sudden for your body and could be harmful to your health. Also, your body might interpret this as hypoglycemia. Did you know that? When high blood sugar returns to normal, the body's not used to it, causing symptoms that may stop treatment. This is very common. That's why patients often say, for me, this blood sugar level is normal. If it goes lower, then I feel sick. Why? They try to make extreme changes too quickly, which can be dangerous. Have you ever felt that way? Now you know why this happens. That's why it's crucial to be patient. Things will settle and work out. You'll gain knowledge to better control your diabetes. Tip number 6 is about nutrition. Fill at least half your plate with high-volume foods like veggies, high-volume, low calories to round it out. For instance, lettuce, tomato, onion, cucumber, broccoli, watercress, cauliflower. Doing this ensures you'll feel full, get fiber, control hunger, absorb nutrients better, and manage your intake. So I recommend you do this. Same goes for my carb tip. Don't mix too many carbs. This tip will really help you maintain control. Or try serving salad first to better manage other foods. This tip is scientifically proven, okay? Diabetics often take too large portions and too many carbs. If you include foods that increase satiety, you'll find controlling glycated hemoglobin much easier. So I suggest you do this. What's your favorite vegetable? What's your preferred leafy green? I also really enjoy arugula. What's your go-to salad? Share in the comments below. Tip 7. Add fiber and seeds to snacks and meals like chia and flaxseed. A teaspoon of chia twice daily boosts fiber intake and helps stabilize blood sugar levels. Why? Adding chia to fruit slows carb absorption, increases fullness, and aids digestion. Chia seeds have good fats and lots of fiber, so it's worth adding these seeds to your diet. I'm a big fan of chia. I eat yogurt with chia daily. It helps me a lot and boosts metabolism. For those managing blood sugar, adding chia or flaxseed is a great strategy. I know many people are asking about oats. Is it true that oats are bad for diabetics? The answer is they're not bad, but you must control portions carefully. I suggest swapping oats for chia, flaxseed, or another seed you like, as oats are mostly carbs and sugars. About 60%, in fact, is the bulk of its makeup. Compared to chia and flaxseed, which are high in fiber, the ratio is much better. So I recommend avoiding oats if you have diabetes. Now, regarding grape juice and oats, while oats can be healthy, improve cholesterol, and contain beta-glucan, those struggling with glycated hemoglobin and blood sugar control should be cautious. It's better to opt for other fibers that provide more satiety with the same volume and calories. Tip number 8, avoid eating out. The risk of dietary slip-ups is higher when eating out. You might choose foods with unknown preparation, high-calorie items, snacks, or untimely sweets. It's far better to prepare and bring your own meals, plus it's more cost-effective too. Yeah, so I really like when I eat out, when I'm on the go, I usually bring an apple or something healthier. This way I can control my calories and what I'm eating. So it's worth bringing a snack you enjoy to avoid slipping up. If this becomes routine, it can impact your blood sugar and A1C levels. And tip number 9 is keep a diary. When I say diary, I mean a physical notebook. Write down your meals and routine. This helps you spot mistakes and aids the professionals who support you, like your doctor and nutritionist. If you can visualize it, it's much easier to spot areas for improvement. Often people snack without realizing and are surprised when they see, wow, I'm really eating more calories and snacking a lot. Logging everything you eat might be annoying at first, but remember, diabetes complications are far more bothersome, like having a stroke or a heart attack, for instance. So even if keeping a food diary isn't fun, know that it'll help your doctor fine-tune your treatment, at least initially. I've done this too and was surprised. Often I'd grab something small and not log it. By week's end, those little things added up and made a difference. So it's one measure that can improve blood sugar and A1C levels. When it comes to A1C, we must remember this test can have some flaws. What are these flaws? For instance, anemia can give false A1C results, and in kidney failure, especially when filtration is below 30%, the test may be inaccurate. Other conditions like sickle cell anemia or frequent hypoglycemia can also alter A1C levels, leading to false results. Since this test gives an average, very low blood sugar followed by high levels, might show an okay average. It's crucial to know if the patient experiences very low blood sugar, as it can affect test interpretation. So you need to be aware of all these A1C considerations. It's not perfect, but we can manage it. Let's move on to tip number 10, physical exercise. Exercise is key for controlling glycated hemoglobin. Why? Muscle mass is perhaps our greatest ally. When blood sugar rises, muscles help use that glucose for energy. It takes blood sugar and turns it into usable energy. Building muscle efficiently controls glycated hemoglobin. So you might ask me, what's the best exercise for diabetes? Ideally, resistance exercises, as they build more muscle mass. For example, gym workouts, swimming, or weightlifting. These help increase lean muscle. If you have joint issues or can't do those, any exercise you can manage will be crucial for control. It could be walking, home workouts, running, or using a treadmill, so it can be anything. It's all valuable. These exercises are great for controlling blood sugar levels. I mentioned the best since you often ask, what's your preference? So ideally resistance exercises, and how long? At least 150 minutes weekly, spread over 3 or more days. So 50 minutes 3 times a week or 30 minutes 5 times a week will greatly help control blood sugar levels. And tip number 11 is quite curious, okay? Don't laugh, I know many will, but it's scientifically proven. Use a smaller plate. Why? We often eat with our eyes. Ever heard that saying? It's true. There's visual stimulation. With a full plate, you'll actually eat less. That's why buffets by weight use large plates. They know you'll take more. Notice how all-you-can-eat places often have smaller plates? You can observe this. You'll remember this when you see the stark difference. All-you-can-eat, smaller plates, pay by weight, much larger ones, because they know you'll eat more or less based on visual cues. If you use a big plate and see it's not full, you'll add more. You eat with your eyes. The opposite is also true. This has been scientifically proven. Use a smaller plate to control how much you eat. You'll notice you eat less. It's worth trying and is a useful tip. If you smiled, know that this is backed by science. Tip 12 is about routine. If diabetic, mind sugar levels, set sleep and wake times. Why? Your brain regulates the circadian rhythm. What's that? It determines when hormones like cortisol are produced. For instance, when you wake up in the morning, your cortisol levels are elevated. This isn't abnormal or a disease. It's natural for cortisol to rise in the morning. This occurs when hormones are balanced and the circadian rhythm is normal. As the day progresses, cortisol levels gradually decrease, reaching their lowest at night. This is a natural process. We know this will happen. Having a routine helps your body regulate this process more effectively. Studies show that people with irregular schedules or who often stay up late and sleep during the day are more likely to develop type 2 diabetes. So it's crucial to maintain a routine with set times for sleeping and waking up. If you miss a day or two, or if there's an event and you can't stick to it, that's okay. When I talk about routine, I mean having a fixed wake-up time most days, all right? It doesn't have to be extreme. Never say never or always, okay? But it's very beneficial for your health. Tip number 13, which is crucial, is weight control. You've heard me say, watch your calorie intake. Why? A study showed diabetics who lost 5% of their weight improved HbA1c and insulin resistance, so it's worth controlling your weight and trying to lose a bit. If you're a very thin diabetic, this tip doesn't apply to you, okay? You can still benefit from all the other tips. Just not this one. Many diabetics have insulin resistance, so they can benefit from weight control as I explained. Tip 14, our final tip and the cherry on top, is about fruit consumption. For the best glycated hemoglobin control, you not only can, but should eat fruits. Why? Fruits provide fiber, nutrients, and minerals that can help with blood sugar control. So, fruit consumption is extremely important for diabetics, contrary to what you've heard, right? That you should avoid fruits. Choose fruits with a low glycemic index and control portions for glycemic load. Want to know the best and worst fruits? You'll need to pay more attention to these and avoid some. I've made a specific video about this, which I suggest you watch. Click here to learn the best and worst fruits for diabetes and A1C control. Take care. See you next time.